I'm making this video for checking my pronunciation and while I trying reading around with the textbook. Uh, the textbook is for 6th grade social study. Now I will start. Chapter 4, North America and the Middle East. Questions to guide inquiry. How are we, members of a global society, interconnected? Does where you live affect your viewpoint on the areas where other lives? How does culture impact a person's perspective? Section 1, Introduction and Physical Geography. On the map above, the region circled in green are North Africa and the Middle East. Using only this map, try and answer one of the questions the geographer asked when studying place. Where is it located? The map above contains lines of latitude and longitude, which were discussed in the introduction. These imaginary lines run up and down, as well as across the world to go geographer the ability to assign coordinates which describe where a place is. Use the map above hint. You can click on it to make it bigger to try and answer the same question you were asked before. Where is it located? In this chapter, we'll explore another theme of geography, location. The order to study a place you have to know where it is. This allows you to then look at what is around it and what is connected to it. The region of North America and the Middle East rise at the continental crossroads of Asia, Africa, and Europe. At this intersection of the world, all three continents meet here at the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea. The region extends from the eastern border of Pakistan to the to the Atlantic coast of Morocco in the west. The region includes many diverse landscapes. It contains rugged mountains, vast deserts, spec- spacious plains, and is surrounded by numerous seas. In this unit, you will learn how geography impacts the way people live. You will also discover how culture impacts a person's perspective. Hmm, Think about the following question. Does where you live affect your viewpoint on the area where others live? When looking at this reason, there are some different viewpoints on an appro- appropriate name. The Middle East has been known by many different names throughout history, or depending on the viewpoint of the people referring, referring, yeah, referring to the area. Today, Southwest Asia and the Middle East are used interchangeable, interchangeable, with both terms being used to describe the same region. It can be confusing at times as to which is appropriate. Geographically, Southwest Asia contains all of the countries of the Middle East as well as Pakistan and Afghanistan. Using the map on the previous page, what countries seem to make up the Middle East? The use of the term the Middle East has been criticized recently as a primarily Eurocentric view. I think Eurocentric view means the continent of Europe is the center of the world. So here's a primarily Eurocentric. Having a Eurocentric view means that the world view is centered on Western civilization. See, my guessing is right. According to the Press, Associated Press, it means 기자단, that the term the Middle East would refer to the countries of the western part of the region, and the Near East refer to the countries of the east. But now they are interchangeable. With all this in mind, there are a number of different ways to refer to the region. However, the current accepted terms are Southwest Asia and the Middle East. For simplicity, the term Middle East will be used in this chapter. Hmm, I think USA also from almost European, so that's why they want to keep their center in Europe. Southwest Asia, I think mm, my country side, yeah, I'm from South Korea, so China, Korea, and Japan are located mm, east to northern part of Asia. So we, our country location, try to show the location Middle East like southwest, right? And here, next paragraph. North Africa and the Middle East are two regions often grouped together because they have many things in common. The region is almost entirely composed of desert, and the reason Islam is the dominant religion, and most people speak the Arabic language. These important factors bring the two different areas into one region. With all these things in common, there are many differences among the people. Christianity and Judaism are major religions in the area. There are a number of different ethnic groups in the area. One example, one example are the Kurds who live in part of Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. The the Persians are uh, the predominant, predominant ethnic group in Iran, connected by ethnic background and language. As build your knowledge of North Africa and the Middle East, keep this question in mind. How does where you live impact how they live? Hmm. How does culture impact a person's perspective? Hmm. The reasons of North Africa and the Middle East is a largely diverse reason. There are many different geographic and human characteristics that make up the reason. The varied landscape has influenced the way people live their lives. North Africa and the Middle East has rich cultures and a history reaching far into the past. As you walk through this section, you will look at the packed religion, government, and lifestyle play in how a person's perspective is shaped. The region of North Africa and the Middle East covers almost 6.6 million square miles. Mhm, it's 17 million square kilometer in area, more than twice the size of the continental United States. North Africa consists of the countries of Morocco, Algeria, uh, Tunisia, uh, Libya, and Egypt. The Middle East is made up of Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Saudi, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, United Arab Emirates, uh, Qatar, Kuwait, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. The Middle East and North Africa uh, have long been linked together. For centuries, camel caravans have crossed the region, taking goods and ideas back and forth. This region became a crossroad for trade connecting Africa, Europe, and Asia. Today, trade still makes a lasting impact, with the oil being the dominant good instead of the pieces uh, no, instead of the spices and the silks of centuries ago. The richest history of the people in the region extends far beyond the economic. The Middle East has long been known as the cradle of civilization. This is where farming began. This is where the first cities developed, and this region is also the birthplace of three major world religions. Use this link to examine the area. Look at both the human and the physical characteristics of the region. What are some of the things you observe? Zoom into the area to some of the countries. Explore some of the pictures that show up at the bottom. Economic activities, natural resources. Define the economic activities of North Africa and the Middle East. Petroleum or oil is the most important resource to the region due to the world's demand for it and the region having so much of it. Another major resource is water, which in contrast of contrast to oil is important due to the lack of fresh water in the region. Fossil fuel fossil fuel are in high demand worldwide due to the large demand for oil and the fossil fuel. Um, Many countries in the region have grown very rich, meeting the world's growing uh, reliance. North Africa and the Middle East have the largest known oil deposits in the world. Oil is refined down and used in many different products. Gas is one product that comes from oil, and it's important since it is the fuel used by most car, truck, planes, and ships worldwide. Describe where oil is located in North Africa and in the Middle East. The lack of water limited how much agricultural areas are able to support. Very few areas are able to have commercial farming or livestock. In most area, there is just enough water for subsistence farming and nomadic herding. Small areas of commercial farming products produce olive, wheat, and fruit can be found along the Mediterranean coast. Nomadic herder move cattle from place to place in search of to food and water to feed their animals. Families who rely on subsistence farming farming li- life on small plots of land and realize it just enough food to feed their family. The people of the region have spent centuries learning how to adapt to the challenges of surviving in this dry region. North Africa is one of five sub-regions of Africa. The world's largest desert, the Sahara, is the main physical features in the area. Mm. Physical features. The Sahara Desert is a combination of large sand dunes and rocky terrain. Rocky terrain. As you travel the region, small areas of fertile plains existed around the few rivers and occasional oases, giving the region its only sources of fresh water. The Nile, the longest river in Africa, runs through this region, emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea. To the north, the Atlas Mountain stretch across the region. The physical landscape of the Middle East is defined by great difference. The region has some of the world's highest mountains to the east and the world's driest area in the desert covering much of the region. The region also boasts a number of bodies of water, both fresh and salt water. The Tigris and the Euphrates River come together in the area once known as Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia to create one of the most fertile river valley in the world. With a vast network of seas and gulfs, in addition to abundant natural resource, abundant, not a, okay, abundant natural resource. This region boasts one of the largest shipping network in the world. And the south is the world's largest peninsula, the the Arabian Peninsula, which covered more than 1 million square miles. To the north, the Anatolia Plateau, Plateau cover much of the rugged landscape of modern-day Turkey. Climate. Despite the many seas and rivers in the area, North Africa and the Middle East are regions of mostly arid and semi-arid climate. Okay, arid, mostly arid and semi-arid climate zones. An area with an arid climate receives less than 10 inches. Hmm. Critical thinking skill. What other regions of the world that have a climate similar to North Africa and the Middle East? Why would these regions have a similar climate? Hmm. Okay, here I stopped 10 inches of precipitation in a year. Precipitation means how amount of rain or okay, how amount of water from the sky into onto the ground. Mhm. The semi-arid semi-arid zone is between normal and dry. We receive slightly more precipitation on average per year. These two zones often are the hottest place in the world. Summer temperatures can be extreme with the daytime temperatures reaching above 100 degree parallel. There is very little vegetation or moisture in the air to keep in heat. So temps can drop dramatically at night. Around the coastal area, the climate is more moderate. Much of the area enjoys a Mediterranean climate. Here summers are warm with little precipitation and winters are mild and wet. In other areas of the region, the climate can vary dramatically due to change in elevation. Generally, in the mountain area, as the elevation goes up, the temperatures drop. Vegetation. The vegetation of the region is very limited due to the arid and the semi-arid climate. Much of the region is covered by desert scrub. Desert scrub is made up of small trees and shrubs that can survive in a region where water is scarce. Other vegetation zones exist depending mainly on the temperature and the rainfall of an area. The river valleys are covered with mixed forest vegetation. In these areas, both uh, con- in let me check the vocabulary. I'm meeting with the unknown word. The certainly pine tree, coniferous, coniferous, coniferous. It means kinds of pine trees. Coniferous. Okay, both conifers and the deciduous tree. Deciduous tree means for the tree pour its leaves in the fall season. I need note and deciduous. Deciduous. Hello. Hello speaking. Yes. Hmm. Spam. It's spam. Hmm. Okay. In the Nile River Valley, you will find the region's only area of border reef evergreen forest. Border reef evergreen forest. Hmm. Like 사철나무, 동백나무, 태산목. Yeah, you know, the shape of a rib has a white and round, and here's a very important part: the rib uh, hang on the tree uh, uh, for always, even winter. There is border rib green forest. 넓은 잎사귀를 가진 상록수가 있다네요. Here, some small areas of temperate grassland appear in the cooler climate found in the highland area of Turkey. 음, plateau라서 그렇죠. 고원. Finally, along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, you will find capital, capital, mm, mm, it also kind of shrub. Capital, capital. Mm. This area of small trees and bushes thrive in the warm Mediterranean climate. 대표적으로 올리브 같은 종류가 있을 수 있을 것 같아요. Pray to thrive, thrive. Okay, next page. Okay, I finished the section one. See you.